And Gary Johnson is here. Gary, you wanted them to show more of their game, and they did so today. Fully deserved and a very good performance.
Yeah, they did. And the fact you've asked me, that type of question means that we've all seen it as well. The media, the supporters, all the directors, us, the players themselves, and they all needed to raise it 25% at least from where we've been. And then we did a lot of individual stuff over the last sort of 2 or 3 days, and we came out and played against a good team, and I thought it was a real good football match, a great advert for the second division. Proud of Nath, as a player I brought into the Oval, and he was one of my coaches as well there, so at least I've stopped one of my coaches beating us. But it was a great game, and there was a lot of endeavour, a lot of energy, and the supporters were brilliant again today because they could see that there was light at the end of the tunnel.
When I felt your midfield three really set the tempo, Pell, Munns and Hall, they were really the heartbeat of it.
Yeah, they were, because we won back possession, I thought, very well. Again, against a very good team. They're sort of diamond in the middle, which they've been very successful with. Aston Villa found it very hard to cope with that, and then right towards the end they had to change that shape to stay in the game. And so, for them to change, we must have been doing something right. So tactically, the boys played to the letter that we wanted, and we certainly got a few more lads involved playing their better game. And then once you get that, we got players. I mean, they're not all going to be as good in this league as Luton. So I was just, me, I was disappointed. We drew last week, but I was disappointed because I didn't see our game. Today I'm happy because I saw our game.
In some ways, are you even perhaps disappointed that you didn't win the game the way that you played?
Yeah, we are disappointed that we didn't win the game, but that's another thing. I mean, you can't win games unless you start getting your team playing as you know they can, and them realising, yes, they can up it as a team. So the confidence, hopefully, that they can take into the next game is really the more important thing than wondering about whether we should have won the game. I agree. I think if you thought that yourself, but I thought, yeah, we did enough to win the game.
And they've set standards now, haven't they? That's the standard that you're going to want all the time.
Yeah, but unfortunately, second division players sometimes lack a little bit of consistency. So no one can ever promise that you get that same sort of performance again. And of course, it depends on the opposition, how they're playing, whether they want to stop you, whether they're trying to come at you. That was two teams trying to win the game properly, and not only trying to win the game properly as football teams, but there was a lot of endeavour out there. There was lots of tackles going in. I don't think there was anything that was untoward, although judging on how many yellow cards, it looks like it was a bloodbath sort of thing almost, but it wasn't. And I'm pleased for Nathan. It's another point for them, and he'll be pleased for me. I think that it's a point for us as well.
Everton game on Tuesday in the Chequers. How are you going to approach that? Will you look to give a few other lads a go, or will you try and say, right, you've done it again, go and do it again, and try and keep the same momentum going?
Yeah, well, it's 10 minutes after kick-off. I ain't really thought about it that much yet, but I will do, and I'll do what's best for the club. And we've got some important league games, but at the same time, most of the lads, I'm sure, want to play in it. And if they're not playing, they'd only be training. So it's I think we've got a group of lads that will be disappointed if they're not playing against Everton after a performance like that today.
Last thing, the fans, you mentioned them earlier on, they really did get behind you in the second half, and you need them, and that's what you need from them.
Yeah, we do. And I can stand here and talk a good game, but I've got to put that over to the lads, and then they've got to go and produce a good game. And if they do, Cheltenham fans know when we always put in the effort, but we don't always show the qualities that we've got. But today we did, and they've gone home happy in the fact that they've seen their team play some decent football.
Thanks, Gary.
Just pick on one thing you said about light at the end of the tunnel. Does that almost a bit of relief that the performance has finally come after 11 league games?
It's a massive relief for me, because I thought we kept it going for 90 minutes today. We've shown it in patches, one half, and then not had a good second half, or vice versa. So I was pleased today because there was a real good, relentless tempo today, and that's what you need to do against these teams that have been around a long time and have these aspirations of going up to the next division.
Do you think the team has almost settled into that now? That team has earned that right to go out into the next game, because that is the first time this season that it's been an unchanged team for one reason or another.
Yeah, no, that's right. Well, again, maybe I'll go home and I'll see who I think might need games. I mean, many of our subs, the lads that are just coming back from injury, like the two lads that come on, Johnny Smith been injured the last couple of days, missed the last game, so there's 3 of them. I'm sure there's more. So some of them are not 100% yet, so that's why I had to pick the same team. But then why not? Because we got a draw last game and that sort of stopped the rot, didn't it? So listen, I'll have a good think about it, and then I'll do the right thing by the players and the club.